Okay guys, here is why you should never ever tamper with fire alarms. Remember, these are life safety devices. These are not toys. These things alert people that there is a fire in the building and they have to evacuate now. And it's going to save their life. So, this is why they should never be messed with. This is especially important this time of year when the chances for fires can go up. Especially if you live in a part of this country that gets very cold. And especially in the Dakotas right now. In the Dakotas, it is 20 below zero up there. That is absolutely dangerously cold. And people up there are using space heaters, and they're not careful, and then the chances for fires go up. And this is the thing that is going to alert you. So never mess with this. Never take the alarm off the wall. Never take the alarm off the ceiling. Never paint the alarm. Never hit the alarm. Never take the screws off the alarm. Never take the strobe off the alarm. Never take the horn off the alarm. Never disable the horn or the strobe on the alarm. Never adjust the volume, the pattern, the candela, or tone on the alarm. Never cut power to the alarm. Never do any of that. Leave the alarm the way it is. Also, you never want to pull this for fun. Only pull this if there is a real fire, or if you have permission to do it during a fire drill or a test of the alarm system, or if you have your own fire alarm at home. Other than that, do not pull this. If you pull this for fun, you are going to get in so much trouble. You can get arrested. And you are going to put people's lives in danger if you pull that fire alarm for fun. Because there could be another emergency somewhere else. And the fire department can't be at the real emergency because you pulled that false fire alarm. Because of you, people are dying. So, this is not a joke. This is very serious stuff. Do not ever tamper with fire alarms in any way. What do I mean by that? Is that you don't pull them for fun, you don't paint them, you don't unscrew them off the wall or the ceiling, you don't take the horn or strobe off of them. You don't do any of that. You leave them alone where they're at. If you tamper with fire alarms, then you are going to go to jail for the rest of your life. I mean, tampering with the fire alarm will definitely send you to jail. I mean, thankfully none of the alarms have been tampered with in my school, as far as I know, and I hope it never happens. And thankfully no one has pulled the alarm in my school this year, and it hasn't happened in a long time, which is good. And I hope no one pulls the alarm in my school this year. And I sincerely hope that no one tampers with an alarm in my school this year. I mean, the alarms are so tightly screwed into the wall to make it harder for students to tamper with them, which is good. I mean, never even think about bringing your screwdriver to school because you will ask for trouble by doing so, because you might be tempted to unscrew an alarm off the wall to tamper with it. Not good. If you tamper with the fire alarm in my school, then you are going to get expelled from school. And you are going to get arrested. I mean, back in my elementary school years, I did see someone pull the alarm for fun, which was still very bad, but I never ever saw anyone like take an alarm off the wall. I never ever saw anyone paint an alarm. I never ever saw anyone do something to the alarm that will cause it to not work anymore, which is good. But what I did see was still bad. Other than a few kids pulling the alarms for fun, I've never ever seen any fire alarm tampering in school. I never saw an alarm got taken down from the wall. Or the ceiling. I never saw anyone paint an alarm. I mean, if you paint the alarm, it is not going to work anymore. Which is not good because you need it in case there is a fire. Kids have to be careful when they're doing art in school to make sure that they do not get their paint on the fire alarm. To make sure that their paint doesn't get onto the alarm because they are going to break it if the paint gets on the alarm. I mean, remember, if you paint the alarm, then you're going to have to replace it. I mean, any alarm that has paint on it must be replaced. It says it on the alarm itself. Do not paint. I mean, you should never ever paint an alarm. Never. Fire alarms are something that should never be painted. Never paint the alarm. Never paint an alarm. Never. Because that will do serious damage to the alarm if you paint it. So, leave the alarm the way it is. If it's red, keep it red. If it's white, keep it white. Never paint it a different color. Leave the alarm the way it is. Leave it on the wall. Leave the screws tightly sealed. Leave the strobe on the alarm. Leave the horn on the alarm. Leave the pattern, the candela, the volume and tone the way it is. Leave the wires the way they are. Just leave the alarm the way it is. And only pull it if there is a real fire, or if you have authorization to, or if you have a fire alarm system in your house that doesn't contact the fire department. Other than that, do not pull it. And never ever, unscrew the alarm off the wall or do anything like that unless you have your own fire alarm at home. I mean, if you want to do these things to your own alarm, that is totally fine, but if you're doing it with an alarm out in public, that is not okay at all. I mean, with your own alarm, you can mess with it, but with an alarm in public, leave it the way it is. Never take it off the wall, never take it off the ceiling, never do any of that. Leave the alarm the way it is. Bye.